Welcome back to a new video of deep-level conspiracy. The Bohemian Grove has been the subject of fascination, speculation, and controversy for decades. Tucked away in the redwood forests of Sonoma County, California, this seemingly exclusive summer retreat for some of the world's most influential and wealthy men has long been shrouded in secrecy. For many, the Bohemian Grove represents an enigma, an annual gathering of the world's elite, marked by strange rituals and a level of security that raises more questions than answers. What exactly happens in those 2 weeks each summer, and why is it so fiercely guarded? But first, before we continue with the video and my further explanation about the Bohemian Grove, I want to ask for your help. I'm trying to reach many more subscribers worldwide and more views by the end of next month, so I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and help me out by watching our videos. Okay, let's continue. Bohemian Grove is a 2,700-acre campground located in a secluded part of Sonoma County. Every summer, members of the Bohemian Club, a secretive organization that includes political figures, CEOs, media moguls, and more, gather here for a retreat. These influential men, some of the most powerful in the world, come together in the midst of towering redwoods to relax, network, and engage in what many describe as unusual and ritualistic activities. The Grove has been the site of countless secretive gatherings since the late 1800s, and its activities remain largely off-limits to the outside world. While it may sound like an exclusive camping trip, the level of security and secrecy surrounding the Bohemian Grove is anything but ordinary. The area is protected by private security, local police, and even the Secret Service. Members are strictly prohibited from bringing phones, cameras, or any device capable of communicating with the outside world. The Grove's gates are heavily monitored, and attempts to sneak in are not just discouraged, they are nearly impossible. This raises the obvious question: why all the protection? Why are they so intent on keeping what happens at Bohemian Grove a secret? But who exactly attends these secretive gatherings? Over the years, Bohemian Grove has hosted some of the most powerful and well-known figures in the world, including former U.S. presidents like Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan, alongside other high-ranking politicians, corporate elites, and Hollywood celebrities. While the official narrative suggests these meetings are purely social, the rituals performed within the Grove tell a different story. Cloaked in ceremonial robes and masks, members participate in dramatic rites such as the infamous cremation of care, a ritual that some argue bears an eerie resemblance to ancient occult practices. The presence of these theatrical yet enigmatic ceremonies only deepens the mystery. What purpose do they truly serve, and what significance do they hold for the elite who take part? The high level of security surrounding Bohemian Grove is another major point of intrigue. For an event that's supposedly just a casual summer retreat for a group of powerful men, the amount of secrecy and surveillance seems disproportionate. The Grove is located in a remote part of California, surrounded by towering redwood trees, which help create a natural barrier to the outside world. But it's not just the location that makes it secure, it's the extensive measures taken to ensure no one sneaks a peek into the private world of the Bohemian Club. There are multiple checkpoints and surveillance cameras scattered throughout the 2,700-acre property. The club enforces a strict no cell phone policy, meaning no communication with the outside world is allowed. No cameras, no social media posts, and no devices to capture any of the activities. The level of control over information is extreme, which begs the question, if everything is so innocent, why go to such lengths to keep it all under wraps? In fact, the secrecy surrounding Bohemian Grove became even more apparent in 2000, when conspiracy theorist Alex Jones managed to infiltrate the retreat with a hidden camera. Jones captured the only footage of the cremation of care ritual and other bizarre scenes from inside the Grove. His footage, which was later released to the public, revealed the strange rituals, the grandeur of the owl statue, and the men involved in the ceremonies. While many dismissed Jones as an extremist, the footage served as one of the rare glimpses into the secretive world of the Bohemian Grove, and it raised even more questions than answers. The extreme measures taken to protect the Grove and the level of secrecy surrounding its activities suggest that there is more going on behind closed doors than just a bunch of powerful men letting loose. What are they hiding? What are they really talking about when no one else is watching? The more secrecy that surrounds the grove, the more suspicious it becomes. While the Bohemian Grove has long been a gathering point for the world's most influential men, its role in shaping global politics, business, and culture remains one of its most controversial aspects. The attendees of this secretive retreat aren't just your average wealthy elites. They are individuals who wield significant power and influence over global events. Politicians, business magnates, military contractors, media moguls, and financial tycoons all gather in the remote redwood forest each year, and it's hard to ignore the potential impact these meetings have on the wider world. The question arises, are these powerful men merely socializing, or are they making critical decisions that shape the future? With the amount of political and business networking that takes place at Bohemian Grove, it's almost certain that major decisions are being made behind those closed gates. It is well known that many of the world's wealthiest families, like the Rockefellers and the Morgans, have a long history with the Grove. In fact, some of the most powerful families in the world have connections to the Bohemian Club and its retreat, further fueling speculation about the true nature of these meetings. The idea that these elites could be making decisions behind closed doors raises concerns about the impact on everyday people. The policies, corporate strategies, and media narratives that shape our world could very well be influenced by what takes place in the hidden corners of Bohemian Grove. Many conspiracy theorists suggest that the Grove functions as a place where these elites plan ways to maintain control over global economies, politics, and society at large. The concept of a select group of powerful individuals meeting in secret to discuss the direction of the world isn't just the stuff of imagination, it's a reality that is difficult to ignore. Additionally, the exclusivity of the Bohemian Grove raises important questions about the structure of power in our society. For decades, the Grove has been an almost exclusively male domain, where the wealthy and powerful come together to bond and reinforce their positions of privilege. The lack of female participation and the history of conservative political views within the club further highlight the deeply entrenched nature of the old power structures that continue to dominate modern society. At the end of the day, the Bohemian Grove is more than just a summer retreat or a place for a few eccentric traditions. It is a symbol of the concentration of power and influence in the hands of a few individuals who have the ability to shape the course of history. The secrecy, the rituals, and the elite gatherings all point to something much larger at play. Whether it's political power, economic control, or societal manipulation, the Bohemian Grove represents a world where decisions are made far from the public eye, and the interests of a select few are prioritized over the needs of the many. The Bohemian Grove has been shrouded in secrecy for over a century, and despite the occasional leak or expose, it remains an enigma to the public. Whether it's the bizarre rituals, the elite attendees, or the powerful influence that the Grove has exerted over world events, one thing is certain, its legacy is far from fading away. Aware of global power structures and the growing influence of the super wealthy, the Bohemian Grove stands as a symbol of the hidden world where the decisions that shape our futures are made. The rituals performed, the policies discussed, and the networking that takes place are all part of a larger story, one that has the potential to affect not just the wealthy, but everyone on Earth. While it's easy to dismiss the Bohemian Grove as the playground for a few eccentric billionaires or a harmless summer camp, the secrecy, the power dynamics, and the stakes are far too high to ignore. Every year, the world's most powerful men gather in the shadows of towering redwoods, and each year, more questions arise about what exactly goes on behind those gates. The debate continues. Is Bohemian Grove simply a place for rich, powerful men to unwind? Or is there something far darker happening in that secluded forest? And more importantly, who benefits from this level of secrecy? While the public may never fully know what occurs at the Grove, the curiosity surrounding it, the conspiracy theories, and the implications it has for our understanding of power will continue to fuel interest for generations to come. In the end, the Bohemian Grove remains one of the world's most fascinating and unsettling mysteries. As long as it exists, it will keep us questioning the nature of power, secrecy, and influence in our modern world. Thank you for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe. What do you think of this strange place? Leave a message in the comments. See you in the next video.